Imagine a second term under President Trump. What would the economic landscape look like? It's a question that's been on the minds of economists and policy wonks alike. Let's dive into the potential economic policies under a second Trump term. First and foremost, we'd see a focus on extending the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. This signature piece of Trump's first term slashed corporate tax rates and doubled the standard deduction, sparking both praise and criticism. A second term would likely mean a push to make these tax cuts permanent, a move that could have wide-ranging impacts on the economy. Next, we'd see a battle against inflation. Trump's economic advisors have suggested focusing on increasing production as a means to fight inflation. This could mean everything from easing regulations to incentivize domestic manufacturing to pushing for energy independence to keep fuel costs low. Trade negotiations would continue to be a priority, with tariffs being a key tool in Trump's economic arsenal. While controversial, Trump has often touted these tariffs as a means to protect American jobs and balance international trade deficits. But what about the unexpected? A second term often brings a more populist, unconventional approach. With a team of advisors fully aligned with his vision, Trump could have the freedom to pursue more aggressive or unorthodox policies. This could range from further deregulation to new trade policies, or even more direct intervention in industries like tech or healthcare. But, as always in economics and politics, there are no guarantees. While we can speculate on the potential policies and their impact, the reality could be very different. External factors, from global economic trends to domestic political shifts, could drastically alter the course of a second Trump term. As we can see, a second term under Trump would likely mean a continuation of his current policies, with a few unexpected turns. It's a prospect that promises both continuity and uncertainty, a combination that's sure to keep economists on their toes. On the other side of the aisle, President Biden defied expectations in the 2022 midterms. Despite being up against formidable challenges such as low approval ratings and concerns about inflation and crime, Biden managed to maintain his composure and focus on his legislative agenda. He successfully navigated the choppy waters of politics, passing significant legislation that had a direct impact on the lives of everyday Americans. In a feat that underscored his political acumen, Biden appointed federal judges who would uphold the principles of justice, fairness, and equity. This move was not just about filling vacancies. It was about fortifying the judiciary with individuals who could make fair and informed decisions that would shape the future of the nation. Meanwhile, the Republicans, led by former President Trump, were gearing up for a comeback. However, their strategy did not go as planned. Despite their best efforts, they faced setbacks in key races. Instead of a red wave, there was a ripple. This was not just a defeat for them, it was a testament to Biden's unexpected strength. The 2022 midterms also offered a glimpse into the future. They hinted at the power dynamics that could play out in the 2024 elections. While Republicans are likely to gain control of Congress, their narrow majority and losses in key races indicate that they will face a tough battle. On the other hand, Biden's focus on democracy and reproductive rights resonated with voters, driving Democratic turnout. The results of the midterms also served as a wake-up call for the Republicans. The outcome should make them nervous about 2024, with potential contenders like Florida Governor Ron DeSantis posing a threat. Trump's involvement in the midterms, which was intended to boost the party, ended up backfiring. Despite the odds, Biden demonstrated his strength as a president, paving the way for a potential transformative two-term presidency. In the grand scheme of American politics, there's a constant ebb and flow of power. The pendulum of political majority swings back and forth, often in response to shifts in public sentiment and the strategic maneuvers of the parties themselves. Historically, we've seen parties deftly adjust their messaging to secure power, tailoring their platforms to appeal to the ever-changing electorate. Speaking of the electorate, it's worth noting that we're looking at a near 50-50 split. This tug-of-war between red and blue is a testament to the dynamic nature of our political landscape. It's a tightrope walk, a balancing act that keeps our democracy vibrant and alive. But the fluctuating nature of political majorities isn't a game of chance. It's a reflection of the complexities of our society and the diverse perspectives that shape it. With each election cycle, we see the ebb and flow of power, the rise and fall of majorities, and the constant evolution of political ideologies. So, what does the future hold? Well, predicting the political weather is as tricky as forecasting the actual weather. There are too many variables, too many unknowns. Trends can suggest possible outcomes, but they're not crystal balls. In the end, the only certainty in American politics is the uncertainty of the electorate's preferences. Now let's dive into the facts and figures. We've fact-checked 4 of Biden's economic claims. First up is the statement about the unemployment rate. Biden claimed it was over 14% when he took office. However, the reality is, it was 6.3%, a significant discrepancy. Next, we examine Biden's assertion about the speed of unemployment rate reduction under his administration. Again, the facts tell a different story, revealing some exaggeration on his part. Then we have the claim about easing inflationary pressures. Biden cited a letter from Nobel laureates to support his claim, but he conveniently left out that their remarks were about long-term effects, not the immediate scenario. Lastly, we look at his tweet about a decrease in unemployment insurance claims. Biden didn't mention that this decline was partially due to the expiration of pandemic-era programs, not just economic improvement. As we can see, it's crucial to look beyond the surface and delve into the facts and figures. We've taken a deep dive into the economic policies of Trump and Biden and the fluctuating nature of political majorities. We've explored their impacts, the truths, and the exaggerations. Remember, it's vital to stay informed and critical of the political and economic narratives around us. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of politics and economics. Stay informed, stay critical, and stay tuned for more.